Welcome to Coin History Vault. Today we uncover the most valuable and rare US dimes that could make you rich if you have them in your collection. Subscribe, like, share, comment, thanks with love for watching. Let's start this. Coin 1. Today, we are diving into one of the most legendary, mysterious, and sought-after coins in United States history, the 1894 Barber dime with no mint mark. If you thought you knew rare coins, think again, because this dime is in a league of its own. Sit back, relax, and get ready to explore the secrets, errors, and jaw-dropping value of this numismatic masterpiece, the Barber dime, designed by Charles E. Barber, who was the chief engraver of the United States Mint from 1879 to 1917, is a coin that many collectors know as classic, elegant, and historically significant. But the 1894 Barber dime, specifically with no mint mark, is unlike any other. Only 24 of these coins were ever minted, according to the most reliable records, and their journey into the hands of collectors is nothing short of legendary. That's right, we are talking about fewer than 24 surviving examples, making this coin one of the rarest in American numismatics. Now, you might wonder why only 24 were made. The story begins in the Philadelphia Mint in 1894. That year, the Mint was producing standard circulation dimes, but something unusual happened. Some reports suggest that there was a clerical error or special order that resulted in a tiny number of dimes being struck in a way that differed slightly from standard production. Perhaps it was a test run or a special commission. Historians and collectors debate this to this day. The truth is, whatever the reason, these coins were never mass-produced, and that scarcity is exactly what has fueled their legendary status. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1894 Barber dime is the extreme precision and beauty of its design, despite its tiny size. On the obverse, you see Liberty with a laurel wreath crown, her hair neatly tied back, and a face that reflects the artistry of the late 19th century. The reverse is equally captivating, featuring a wreath encircling the words, "one dime," which in itself is a design that represents elegance and simplicity. But what makes this coin truly exceptional is its rarity, historical context, and the story of each surviving piece. Collectors are particularly interested in the different conditions and grades of the 1894 Barber dime. Because only 24 were minted, every single coin that survived carries its own unique history. Some are in near pristine condition, showing the delicate details of Barber's design with remarkable clarity. Others have endured decades, or even a century, in circulation or in private collections, acquiring a patina that tells a story of time itself. When you hold one of these dimes in your hand, you are not just holding silver, you are holding a piece of history, a tangible link to 19th century America. But wait, there's more. If you think rarity alone makes a coin valuable, think again. Many collectors and experts focus on errors and anomalies, and the 1894 Barber dime has its share of intrigue. Some surviving coins have slight variations in strike, alignment, or engraving details, which make certain pieces more sought after than others. Imagine owning a dime that is not only one of 24 in existence but also carries a unique characteristic that distinguishes it from all the rest. That is the kind of thrill collectors dream of. The stories of these coins are almost as captivating as the coins themselves. One of the most famous tales involves a dime that supposedly sold for a staggering sum in the early 20th century, changing hands quietly among collectors and numismatists. Each coin has traveled through generations, sometimes lost, sometimes rediscovered, often surrounded by mystery. Some coins even have certificates of authenticity that trace their provenance back more than 100 years, adding another layer to their allure. If you are thinking about adding one to your collection, it's crucial to remember that this is not just a purchase, it is an investment in history. Authenticating an 1894 Barber dime requires a careful eye, a deep understanding of Barber's design, and often the expertise of professional graders. Mistakes are easy to make, and fakes do exist, so any serious collector must approach this coin with knowledge, patience, and precision. Now, let's talk about why collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for this dime. Beyond its beauty and rarity, it has historical significance, incredible craftsmanship, and a story that has been passed down for over a century. Owning one is like holding a treasure that survived wars, economic shifts, and the changing face of America itself. And for those who value exclusivity, there is almost nothing else in the coin world that compares. Finally, for those of you waiting for the numbers, the real market price of the 1894 Barber dime no mint mark is jaw-dropping. Depending on condition and provenance, these coins can sell for anywhere between $1 million and $2 million in private sales and auctions, with some examples fetching even higher amounts when they carry exceptional historical significance or grading. Auction records confirm that these coins are among the most valuable dimes ever produced in the United States. Just imagine, a coin that fits in your hand, yet holds a story and a value that can surpass a small fortune. So, if you are a coin lover, collector, or history enthusiast, the 1894 Barber dime no mint mark is not just a coin, it's a symbol of legacy, craftsmanship, and the thrill of the hunt. Whether you dream of owning one, studying its history, or simply appreciating its rarity, this dime deserves a place in your heart and mind. And that is why, even more than a century later, collectors around the world still marvel at its beauty, scarcity, and timeless allure. Thank you for watching Coin History Vault today. If you enjoyed diving deep into the story of the 1894 Barber dime, hit the like button, subscribe for more incredible coin stories, and leave a comment sharing your dream coin. Remember, every coin has a story waiting to be discovered, and who knows, maybe your next treasure is just a dime away. Thanks for watching with love, and happy collecting. Coin 2, we are diving into one of the most remarkable and sought-after coins in the history of United States coinage, the 1937 silver mercury dime with no mint mark. This is not just any dime, this is a piece of art, history, and numismatic rarity all rolled into a tiny 10-cent coin. If you are a collector, or just someone fascinated by stories frozen in silver, you are in for a treat. Sit back, focus, and prepare to explore why this coin has captivated the imaginations of collectors for over 8 decades. The mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, was designed by Adolph A. Weinman, one of the most prominent sculptors and engravers of the early 20th century. First minted in 1916, the mercury dime quickly became a favorite among Americans for its elegance, intricate detail, and symbolic imagery. On the obverse, we see Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. On the reverse, a fasces, a bundle of rods with an axe, symbolizes strength and unity, accompanied by an olive branch for peace. This combination of artistry and symbolism is why collectors call it one of the most beautiful dimes ever produced in the United States. The 1937 mercury dime is special on its own, but when we focus on the no mint mark version, things become truly extraordinary. Coins with no mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, and while the 1937 mercury dime saw a relatively high mintage compared to some rarer dates, certain factors have made surviving coins in pristine condition extremely rare and highly coveted. Collectors are especially drawn to well-preserved examples that show sharp details in Liberty's winged cap, fine hairlines, and crisp lettering. Because dimes circulated widely in daily commerce, many were worn down, leaving only a small number of coins in near mint or gem condition, but rarity is just part of the story. The 1937 mercury dime also carries a history of production quirks and subtle minting variations that make some examples highly desirable to collectors. Variations in strike, die errors, or minor anomalies can dramatically increase a coin's value. Some coins show slight doubling on the obverse or reverse, others display minute die cracks, and a few even have variations in the placement of Liberty's winged cap feathers. These small differences, almost invisible to the casual eye, can make the difference between a standard collector's coin and a highly prized numismatic treasure. Collectors are also fascinated by the mercury dime because of its circulation history. These coins were not tucked away in vaults, they were used in daily commerce, passed from hand to hand, and carried the story of everyday American life during the 1930s. A single 1937 mercury dime with no mint mark could have paid for a loaf of bread, a cup of coffee, or a bus ride nearly 90 years ago. Owning one of these coins is like holding a tangible piece of history, a small silver witness to the lives and stories of Americans from another era. The 1937 mercury dime also represents a time when craftsmanship mattered deeply in coinage. Adolf Weinmann's designs were known for their intricate detail, flowing lines, and balanced composition. Every feather, every strand of Liberty's hair, and every rope of the fasces was painstakingly engraved to create a coin that was not only currency but a miniature work of art. And when you hold a well-preserved 1937 Mercury dime with no mint mark, you can see and feel this artistry firsthand. The sharpness of the design, the reflective quality of the silver, and the smooth yet detailed edges all contribute to a coin that is as visually stunning as it is historically significant. Now, let's talk about why collectors fight for these coins. Beyond rarity and design, the Mercury dime carries significant investment potential. Coins in high grades are few and far between, and those with verified provenance or certification from reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC can command extremely high prices. Even minor imperfections or minor wear can affect value, which is why collectors obsess over the tiniest details. The thrill of finding a gem-quality 1937 Mercury dime with no mint mark is like finding a needle in a haystack, a silver needle, with history, beauty, and prestige, and the story doesn't stop there. Some of these coins have fascinating auction histories, selling quietly among collectors for substantial sums. Each coin has a unique journey, and its survival through decades of circulation, storage, and sometimes neglect adds to its allure. For numismatists, owning one of these coins is more than an acquisition, it's a connection to a legacy, a way to participate in the centuries-old story of American currency and artistry. For those who dream about owning one, the process is both exciting and careful. Authentication is essential, as fakes and reproductions exist. Experts recommend examining the coin strike, weight, edge, and silver content, along with certification from a trusted grading company. Once verified, collectors can rest assured they own a coin that is not only rare but historically significant, an item that will retain its value and prestige for decades to come. Finally, let's talk about the numbers. The real market value of a 1937 Mercury dime no mint mark varies depending on condition, grading, and provenance. In circulated condition, these coins are already rare and valued at several $100s. Coins in extremely fine to mint state condition can reach up to $10,000 or more at auction, and certified gem-quality coins often fetch even higher prices. The exact number depends on the coin's grade, history, and market demand, but one thing is certain: this dime is one of the most desirable and valuable Mercury dimes ever produced. So, if you are a coin collector, investor, or history enthusiast, the 1937 Mercury dime with no mint mark is more than just a coin. It's a masterpiece of artistry, a symbol of freedom and strength, and a tangible connection to the past. Every detail, every minor variation, and every surviving example tells a story that transcends its 10-cent face value. Owning one is a privilege, a passion, and a testament to the enduring allure of rare American coins. Thank you for watching Coin History Vault. If you loved exploring the story of the 1937 Mercury dime with no mint mark, like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your favorite coin story. Remember, every coin has a journey, and sometimes, the smallest pieces of silver carry the biggest stories. Thanks for watching with love, and may your collection continue to grow and inspire. Coin 3, we're uncovering the secrets, history, and stunning value of one of the most intriguing coins in U.S. numismatics, the 1945 silver Mercury dime with no mint mark. This coin is not just a piece of currency, it's a miniature work of art, a historical relic, and one of the most coveted treasures for collectors around the world. If you are passionate about rare coins or simply love history, this is a video you won't want to miss. The Mercury dime, also officially called the Winged Liberty Head dime, was designed by the acclaimed sculptor and engraver Adolf A. Weinmann, who was responsible for some of the most beautiful coin designs of the early 20th century. Introduced in 1916, the Mercury dime was praised for its elegant and symbolic artistry. On the obverse, we see Liberty wearing a winged cap, representing freedom of thought, while the reverse features a fasces, symbolizing strength and unity, paired with an olive branch for peace. This combination of beauty, symbolism, and historical context is part of what makes the Mercury dime series so appealing to collectors. the 1945 Mercury dime is a fascinating coin in its own right because it was minted during a momentous period in world history, the final year of World War II. The no-mint mark version, minted in Philadelphia, was intended for general circulation, but surviving examples in excellent condition are surprisingly rare. Unlike modern coins, these dimes were not stored in protective packaging, they were handled daily, passed from hand to hand, and exposed to the wear and tear of ordinary life. This means that finding a 1945 Mercury dime with sharp details and minimal wear is a collector's dream. One of the most compelling aspects of this coin is the rarity of high-grade specimens. While the 1945 Mercury dime saw higher mintage numbers compared to some earlier Mercury dimes, the passage of time has reduced the number of coins in pristine condition. Coins with crisp details in Liberty's winged cap, well-defined hairlines, and sharp lettering on the reverse fasces are extremely desirable. Collectors around the world understand that even a slight difference in condition can dramatically influence the value of these coins, making the hunt for well-preserved examples an exciting and rewarding challenge, but rarity alone doesn't tell the full story. The 1945 Mercury dime also has fascinating production nuances and minor minting errors that elevate its collectability. Some coins show subtle die cracks, slight doubling of letters, or tiny variations in Liberty's wing design. These anomalies, often invisible to the untrained eye, can make a single coin significantly more valuable than its counterparts. For collectors, discovering a Mercury dime with such characteristics is like finding a hidden treasure, a piece of history that carries a story no other coin can tell. The Mercury dime's artistry is another reason why collectors are enamored with this series. Adolf Weinmann's design is renowned for its intricate details and elegant lines, and the 1945 dime is no exception. Every feather, every curve of Liberty's hair, and every line on the fasces is executed with precision. Holding a well-preserved 1945 Mercury dime is like holding a miniature silver sculpture in the palm of your hand. Its beauty transcends its value as currency. It is a collectible, a piece of history, and a work of art all at once. Another layer of appeal for collectors is the coin's historical significance. Minted at the end of a global conflict, the 1945 Mercury dime represents not just American currency but a period of hope, recovery, and national pride. These coins were circulated widely, yet some managed to survive nearly 80 years in exceptional condition. Each coin tells a story, not just of minting and design, but of the hands that held it, the transactions it witnessed, and the history it silently observed. Owning one is like owning a small window into the past, connecting collectors to an era long gone. Collectors and investors alike also appreciate the Mercury dime because of its intrinsic value. Made of 90% silver, each dime carries both historical and material significance. But the true allure comes from its numismatic value, which can far exceed the melt value of its silver content. Coins in circulated condition already carry premium appeal, but those in extra fine, mint state, or gem condition are exceedingly rare and highly sought after. Certified coins from reputable grading services such as PCGS and NGC often fetch the highest prices, as buyers trust their authenticity and quality. Auction histories for these coins further enhance their mystique. Some 1945 Mercury dimes with no mint mark have quietly changed hands among collectors for impressive sums. Each coin carries its own unique provenance, a story of ownership that adds to its appeal. From coins tucked away in private collections to those acquired at prestigious auctions, the journey of each Mercury dime adds layers to its value and mystique. For numismatists, owning such a coin is more than a financial investment, it is a connection to history, artistry, and American heritage. Now, let's talk numbers, the part many of you have been waiting for. The real market price of a 1945 Mercury dime with no mint mark varies depending on condition and certification. Circulated examples can command several $100s, while coins in extremely fine to mint state condition can sell for up to $2,000 to $3,000 or more at auction. Gem-quality coins with verified grading and exceptional eye appeal can fetch even higher amounts, sometimes approaching $5,000 in private sales. These prices reflect not only rarity but also the coin's historical significance, artistry, and enduring appeal among collectors. So, Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual coin enthusiast, the 1945 Mercury dime with no mint mark is more than just a piece of silver. It is a testament to craftsmanship, a link to history, and a coveted collector's treasure. Its beauty, rarity, and historical significance make it one of the most interesting and valuable Mercury dimes in existence. Each coin has a story, each variation has a secret, and each surviving specimen is a miniature window into the past that continues to captivate collectors around the world. Thank you for joining us at Coin History Vault today. If you enjoyed exploring the story of the 1945 Mercury dime with no mint mark, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your favorite coin or collector's story. Remember, every coin has a journey, and some of the smallest pieces of silver carry the richest histories. Thanks for watching with love, and may your collection continue to grow with stories, beauty, and timeless value. Coin 4. We are diving deep into a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but for serious collectors, it represents rarity, history, and tremendous value, the 1989 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark. This coin is more than just currency, it's a piece of American numismatic history, a collectible treasure, and in some cases, a highly sought-after investment. If you love coins, history, or the thrill of the hunt, this video is going to keep you hooked from start to finish. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. Designed by John R. Sinek, this dime replaced the Mercury dime and quickly became a staple of American coinage. The obverse features a profile of Roosevelt, a symbol of leadership, determination, and compassion. The reverse shows a torch of liberty flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength, representing the ideals Roosevelt championed throughout his presidency. The 1989 P mint mark dime follows this iconic design, yet its rarity and the nuances of its production make it stand out among its contemporaries. What makes the 1989 P Roosevelt dime particularly interesting is the combination of collector appeal, minting anomalies, and scarcity in high-grade condition. While Roosevelt dimes were minted in large numbers for general circulation, surviving examples in pristine or gem condition are relatively rare. Coins that show full luster, sharp details on Roosevelt's hair, the torch, and the lettering are exceptionally valuable to collectors. Many of these coins were handled in circulation, leaving only a small number of near-perfect specimens available for numismatists. Collectors are especially fascinated by minting errors and subtle variations in this 1989 P dime. Some examples may show slight doubling on the obverse, minor die cracks, or inconsistencies in the placement of the mint mark. These errors are often small and require careful inspection but can significantly increase the coin's value. Coins that combine high-grade condition with rare anomalies are among the most prized in modern Roosevelt dime collecting. Imagine holding a dime that is not only in near-perfect condition but also possesses a unique feature that distinguishes it from millions of other coins minted that year. That is the kind of excitement collectors live for. The history of this coin is equally fascinating. The 1989 P Roosevelt dime was minted during a time when the United States Mint was producing billions of coins annually, yet specific mint runs and collector sets created opportunities for coins to remain in pristine condition. Many of these dimes were placed in special sets or kept by collectors from the moment they were minted, which is why today we can still find coins with brilliant surfaces, crisp lettering, and sharp designs. For those who understand coin grading and collector standards, these details are what make certain coins so highly valued. Another reason collectors are drawn to the 1989 P Roosevelt dime is its investment potential. Made from the standard copper-nickel composition, this coin's intrinsic metal value is modest, but the numismatic premium can be substantial. Coins in gem or mint state condition, especially those certified by grading organizations like PCGS or NGC, command significant prices in auctions and private sales. Unique minting characteristics, superior eye appeal, or evidence of limited production can further increase value, making the 1989 P Roosevelt dime a rare opportunity for collectors and investors alike. Auction records confirm the desirability of this coin. Some examples have quietly sold for premium prices, particularly when they come with verified grading and provenance. Each coin has a story: how it survived circulation, whether it was preserved in a collector's set, and the journey it took from the mint to the hands of a numismatist. For collectors, the thrill lies not only in owning a rare coin but also in connecting with its history, and the legacy of Roosevelt's presidency symbolized on the dime. Condition and grading are crucial when evaluating the 1989 P. Roosevelt dime. Even minor imperfections such as faint scratches, slight contact marks, or tiny discoloration can affect value. Coins that retain their original luster, sharp strike details, and flawless surfaces are exceptionally rare. Numismatists carefully study the coin's obverse and reverse, checking the clarity of Roosevelt's profile, the crispness of the torch and branches, and the overall eye appeal. A mint state coin from 1989 P in perfect condition is considered highly desirable and often commands top dollar in the collector market. Finally, let's talk numbers, the part that many collectors have been waiting for. The real market price of a 1989 P. Roosevelt dime in excellent condition varies depending on grade and certification. Circulated coins generally sell for modest premiums over face value, but coins in extremely fine to mint state condition can command up to several $100s at auction. Coins with unique minting errors, exceptional luster, or certified gem status can reach even higher prices, making this dime a highly sought-after collectible in modern numismatics. This demonstrates that even a relatively modern coin can hold significant value when rarity, condition, and collector interest align. In conclusion, the 1989 P. Roosevelt dime is far more than a 10-cent coin. It is a symbol of history, a testament to artistic craftsmanship, and a prized collectible. Every detail, from Roosevelt's dignified profile to the torch, olive, and oak on the reverse, tells a story of leadership, freedom, and resilience. For collectors, owning one is not just about value, it's about holding a piece of history, a tangible connection to one of America's most influential presidents, and a coin that continues to inspire fascination decades after it was minted. Thank you for joining us at Coin History Vault today. If you enjoyed exploring the story of the 1989 P. Roosevelt dime, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your favorite coin story in the comments. Remember, every coin has a journey, a story, and a legacy. Sometimes even the smallest pieces of metal carry the biggest histories. Keep collecting, keep learning, and may your next treasure be just a dime away. Coin 5. We're going to explore a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance but is anything but, one that combines rarity, history, and collector appeal into a small yet highly valuable piece, the 1970 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark. This dime is not just currency, it's a collectible treasure, a piece of history, and in some cases, a hidden investment opportunity. If you love coins, history, or the thrill of finding a rare piece, this video will take you on a journey that you won't want to miss. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, just months after his death. Designed by John R. Sinek, this coin replaced the Mercury dime and has since become one of the most recognizable coins in American numismatics. The obverse features Roosevelt's dignified profile, symbolizing leadership, courage, and compassion, while the reverse displays a torch for liberty flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. The 1970 D mint mark version follows this iconic design, but what makes it stand out is its rarity, condition, and the fascinating minting anomalies that collectors often seek. While millions of dimes were minted for circulation in the 1970s, coins that were preserved in exceptional condition are much harder to find. Many circulated for everyday transactions, leaving only a fraction in near mint or gem condition. Coins that retain full luster, sharp lettering, and crisp details on Roosevelt's hair, the torch, and the branches are considered rare and highly desirable. Collectors often spend hours examining these coins under magnification, searching for pieces that showcase the mint's finest work. The 1970 D Roosevelt dime is particularly intriguing because of the minting anomalies that sometimes appear on this issue. Some coins exhibit minor doubling of letters, die cracks, or slight variations in the placement of the mint mark. These errors are often subtle but can dramatically increase a coin's value. For collectors, finding a 1970 D dime with one of these anomalies is like discovering a hidden treasure, an ordinary-looking coin that, upon closer inspection, holds a rare and valuable characteristic. Another factor that makes this coin interesting is its historical and cultural context. The 1970s were a period of significant change in the United States. Coins from this era, including the Roosevelt dime, circulated widely during a time of social and economic transformation. Yet, coins that survived without wear give us a glimpse into history, capturing the craftsmanship of the United States Mint during a period when coinage was transitioning from earlier, more traditional methods to modern mass production. Each coin that has survived in near-perfect condition becomes a tangible link to that era, a story frozen in silver-colored metal. Collectors also appreciate the 1970 Roosevelt dime for its investment potential. While the intrinsic value of a copper-nickel dime is modest, coins in high grades often command a numismatic premium far exceeding their face value. Certified coins from organizations like PCGS or NGC are particularly valuable, as the certification ensures authenticity and quality. Coins with superior eye appeal, sharp strike details, and rare anomalies can fetch even higher prices, making this dime a true collector's gem. Auction records highlight the competitive interest in this coin. Certain 1970 Roosevelt dimes, particularly those in mint state condition with sharp strike and luster, have sold for significant premiums. Collectors are drawn not only to the rarity but also to the story behind each coin. Many coins were tucked away in private collections for decades, maintaining their condition and eventually resurfacing at prestigious auctions. Each coin has a unique journey, and for collectors, part of the excitement lies in connecting with that history. Condition is a crucial aspect of value. Even minor imperfections, tiny scratches, faint wear, or slight discoloration, can affect a coin's market price. Coins that retain full luster and sharp details across the obverse and reverse are rare and often command the highest premiums. Serious collectors study every aspect of the coin, from Roosevelt's profile to the sharpness of the torch, olive, and oak branches, to determine both aesthetic appeal and value. A mint state 1970 Roosevelt dime is considered a highlight in any collection. Finally, let's talk numbers, the moment many collectors have been waiting for. The real market price of a 1970 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition depends on the grade and certification. Circulated coins generally sell for a modest premium over face value, while coins in extremely fine to mint state condition can reach up to several $100s at auction. Coins with exceptional eye appeal, unique minting anomalies, or certified gem status may fetch even higher prices, making this dime not only a collector's treasure but also a notable investment in modern numismatics. In conclusion, the 1970 Roosevelt dime is more than just a 10-cent coin. It is a symbol of history, artistic craftsmanship, and collector value. Every detail, from Roosevelt's profile to the torch and branches, tells a story of dedication, artistry, and American heritage. Owning one is not just about monetary value, it's about holding a piece of history, connecting with the legacy of one of America's greatest presidents, and appreciating the skill and care that went into every coin the United States Mint produced. Thank you for joining us at Coin History Vault today. If you enjoyed learning about the 1970 Roosevelt dime, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your favorite coin story in the comments. Remember, every coin has a story, and some of the smallest pieces of metal carry the richest histories. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and may your next treasure be just a dime away. Coin 6. We're exploring a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, yet holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, the 1974 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark. While many dimes circulated in massive quantities during the 1970s, this particular coin has captured attention for its rarity, potential minting errors, and its value as a collectible treasure. If you are a coin lover or a history enthusiast, this video will take you on a journey into the world of numismatics, revealing why this dime is so highly sought after and cherished. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, honoring his legacy and contributions to the United States. Designed by John R. Sinek, the obverse features Roosevelt's dignified profile, symbolizing leadership, vision, and perseverance, while the reverse shows a torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. The 1974 D Mint Mark coin continues this iconic design, but what makes it stand out to collectors is the combination of rarity, historical context, and the subtle nuances in its production. Despite being a product of the modern coinage era, the 1974 D. Roosevelt dime is not as common in high-grade condition as one might think. While millions of dimes were minted during the 1970s, many circulated extensively, accumulating wear and losing their original luster. Today, coins that have retained sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and minimal wear are considered rare and highly desirable. For collectors, the appeal lies in finding a coin that has survived nearly 5 decades in pristine condition, a small but tangible piece of history that connects us to the past. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1974 D. Roosevelt dime is the potential for minting anomalies and errors. Some examples show subtle doubling on the obverse, minor die cracks, or slight variations in the placement of the mint mark. These anomalies may appear small to the casual observer, but to serious collectors, they can transform an ordinary dime into a highly valuable collectible. Coins that exhibit these rare characteristics are highly sought after at auctions and private sales, often commanding premiums well above their face value. The historical context of this coin also adds to its allure. The 1970s were a period of transition for the United States Mint, with advances in coin production technology and changes in collector demand. Coins like the 1974 D. Roosevelt dime were produced during a time when the mint was experimenting with quality control and collector-focused issues. Many coins from this era were set aside in collectors' rolls, uncirculated sets, or private collections, which is why we are still able to find examples in exceptional condition today. Each coin has a story, a journey from the mint to the hands of a collector, surviving decades of circulation, storage, and handling. Collectors are also drawn to this coin for its investment potential. While its composition of copper and nickel does not provide significant intrinsic metal value, the numismatic premium can be substantial. Coins in mint state, especially those certified by trusted grading organizations like PCGS or NGC, often command significantly higher prices. The combination of rarity, condition, and the possibility of unique minting errors makes the 1974 D. Roosevelt dime a compelling opportunity for serious collectors and investors alike. Auction records illustrate the value and competitive interest in this coin. Some 1974 D. Roosevelt dimes, particularly those with sharp strike, full luster, and exceptional eye appeal, have sold for premium prices. Collectors compete not only for the coin itself but for the history and legacy that each coin represents. Coins preserved in pristine condition, untouched since their minting, are especially prized, as they allow collectors to experience the coin exactly as it was issued nearly 50 years ago. Condition is a critical factor in determining the value of this dime. Minor imperfections, faint scratches, or subtle wear can significantly affect a coin's market price. Coins that retain original mint luster, crisp details on Roosevelt's profile, and sharp reverse elements are considered exceptional and often become the centerpiece of a collection. Serious collectors evaluate each coin meticulously, checking the clarity of every feature, from Roosevelt's facial details to the torch, olive, and oak branches on the reverse. A mint state 1974 D. Roosevelt dime is not just rare, it is a testament to careful preservation and the enduring appeal of American coinage. Finally, let's talk about numbers, the part many collectors have been waiting for. The real market price of a 1974 D. Roosevelt dime in excellent condition depends on its grade and certification. Circulated coins often sell for modest premiums over face value, but coins in extremely fine to mint state condition can fetch up to several $100s at auction. Coins exhibiting rare minting errors or certified as gem quality may command even higher prices, making this coin not only a collectible but a prized investment for anyone looking to add a piece of modern numismatic history to their collection. In conclusion, the 1974 D. Roosevelt dime is far more than a small piece of metal. It is a symbol of history, craftsmanship, and collector prestige. Each detail, from Roosevelt's profile to the torch and the branches on the reverse, tells a story of artistry, legacy, and the dedication of the United States Mint. Owning this coin is not just about its monetary value, it's about holding a tangible connection to history, appreciating its craftsmanship, and experiencing the thrill of collecting a rare and highly sought-after American coin. Thank you for watching Coin History Vault. If you enjoyed learning about the 1974 D. Roosevelt dime, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your favorite coin story. Remember, coins are not just currency, they are pieces of history, art, and collectibles that tell stories spanning generations. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and may your next treasure be just a dime away. Coin 7. We're diving into a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but for collectors and numismatists, it is a remarkable and highly sought-after piece, the 2016 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark. On the surface, it's just a 10-cent coin, but when you dig deeper, you realize that it's a coin rich in history, artistry, and collector intrigue. If you love coins, history, or the thrill of hunting rare pieces, this video will take you on a journey you won't want to miss. The Roosevelt dime has been an iconic symbol of American coinage since 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his passing. Designed by John R. Sinek, the obverse features a dignified profile of Roosevelt, representing leadership, vision, and perseverance, while the reverse displays a torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. Over 7 decades later, the 2016 P mint mark Roosevelt dime continues this tradition, maintaining the elegance and symbolism that has made this coin a favorite among collectors of all generations. What makes the 2016 P Roosevelt dime particularly fascinating is not its circulation numbers, it was widely produced, but rather the rarity of high-grade, mint condition examples and the potential for unique minting errors. While many of these coins entered general circulation, only a small percentage survived in pristine condition. Coins with full luster, sharp details on Roosevelt's profile, and crisp lines on the torch and branches are highly prized by collectors, making even a modern dime a valuable addition to a collection. For those who understand numismatics, it's not just a coin, it's a chance to own a piece of history that has retained its beauty over time. Collectors are especially intrigued by subtle minting anomalies that occasionally appear on modern Roosevelt dimes. Some coins may display minor doubling on the obverse, slight die cracks, or irregularities in the placement of the mint mark. These nuances may seem minor, but for serious collectors, they can transform an ordinary 2016 dime into a rare and highly valuable collectible. Coins that exhibit these rare characteristics often command premiums in auctions and private sales, and finding one is like discovering a hidden treasure, a modern coin with a unique story etched into its very design. The 2016 P dime also carries historical significance. Although it is a modern coin, it was minted during a pivotal year, marking 70 years since the introduction of the Roosevelt dime. Collectors value coins from anniversary years, especially when preserved in mint state or uncirculated condition, because they represent milestones in the history of U.S. coinage. Many coins from 2016 were carefully stored by collectors in original mint sets or protective holders, which is why we can still find examples with stunning detail and brilliance. Each surviving coin tells a story of preservation, care, and a connection to a specific moment in history. Beyond rarity and history, the 2016 P Roosevelt dime is also an investment opportunity for modern collectors. While its composition of copper and nickel does not offer significant intrinsic metal value, the numismatic premium can be substantial. Coins that are certified by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC often command higher prices because collectors are willing to pay for verified quality, rarity, and authenticity. Coins with superior eye appeal, sharp strike details, or known anomalies can sell for significant premiums, demonstrating that even modern coins can hold both historical and financial value. Auction records highlight the competitive interest in this coin. High-grade 2016 P Roosevelt dimes, particularly those in mint state with sharp strike, full luster, and exceptional eye appeal, have sold for premiums above what many might expect from a modern dime. The competition among collectors for coins in superior condition is intense, reflecting the value placed not just on rarity, but on the quality, preservation, and provenance of each coin. Collectors know that these coins will only become more significant as time goes on, making it an exciting opportunity for both seasoned numismatists and new collectors alike. Condition and grading are absolutely crucial for determining value. Even small imperfections, tiny scratches, slight contact marks, or faint discoloration, can reduce a coin's market price. Coins that maintain their original mint luster, sharp details on Roosevelt's face, and crisp reverse elements are considered exceptional. Serious collectors examine each coin meticulously, checking every line of Roosevelt's profile, the torch, and the branches to ensure that it meets the highest standards. A gem-quality 2016 P. Roosevelt dime is rare, and owning one is a point of pride in any collection. Finally, let's discuss numbers, the part many collectors are waiting for. The real market price of a 2016 P. Roosevelt dime in mint state condition varies depending on grading and certification. Circulated coins typically sell for a small premium above face value, but coins in extremely fine to mint state condition can reach up to several $100s at auction, depending on quality and preservation. Coins that display minting errors, exceptional luster, or are certified as gem quality can fetch even higher prices, making the 2016 P dime a surprisingly valuable and sought-after collectible in modern numismatics. In conclusion, the 2016 P Roosevelt dime is far more than a 10-cent coin. It is a symbol of American history, craftsmanship, and modern collector prestige. Each detail, from Roosevelt's dignified profile to the torch, olive, and oak on the reverse, tells a story of artistry, legacy, and care. Owning this coin is not only about value, it is about connecting with a moment in history, appreciating the quality and artistry of modern coinage, and adding a rare, beautiful piece to a collection that will be cherished for years to come. Thank you for watching Coin History Vault. If you enjoyed exploring the story of the 2016 P Roosevelt dime, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your favorite coin or collection story. Remember, coins are more than currency, they are history, art, and treasured collectibles that carry stories across generations. Keep collecting, keep learning, and may your next treasure be just a dime away.